Okay. Hey guys, good afternoon. You are welcome to today's live conversation with me, Glory Elijah. My name is Glory Elijah. This is frankly speaking with Glory Elijah. Call myself the girl with the T. Super excited to be doing this with all of you today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As usual, I want to appreciate all of you for making our time to join today's conversation. I know that this is the weekend, and a lot of you have actually got things planned out for yourself, but you still are able to make our time to join my conversation. So thank you all so much for joining. Yeah. Hi, Iponeng on YouTube. Hi, thanks for joining. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Midday on Twitter. You all are welcome. Thank you all once again for joining. So, hi, Beverly. Hi, Anna. Hi. Hey, Tosi. Hi, Tosi. Look at my friend. Okay, hi, everybody. For those of you that are silently listening or viewing, thank you all so much for tuning in. Hi, Misty. Hi, Armando. Hi. Oh my God, look at them, amazing people. Hi, Steph Moms. Okay, I hope I got that right. And hi, Ruth. Hi, Manifesting Visions of Faith. That's a mouthful. Hi. Thanks for joining. Thank you all so much for joining. Okay. As you all probably have noticed already from the title of the live conversation, we're going to be discussing the last two episodes of The Real Housewives of Lagos. Last week, we would have discussed episode 6, but we had an interview conversation with Jane from the Big Brother Niger All Star season. It was a long awaited conversation. There was no way I could move it forward anymore. We just had to get it over and done with. And I appreciate all of you for coming out en masse last week. The conversation was quite refreshing, very interesting. And yeah, now that we're done with that one, I think I remember promising all of you that we're going to be having conversations about the Real Housewives today. So there was a new episode yesterday. That's the episode 7 of the show, and it came with a lot of drama. Yeah, not the crazy basketball type of drama, but quite a lot that called for conversations. And we're going to be discussing some of those things today. And then there was also the episode 6, where we saw a supposed conversation that should have happened between Dr. Rommel and Faith. And that conversation did not go as Dr. Rommel expected. Now, I saw a lot of comments on social media. A lot of people were quite excited about how Faith had handled that conversation, whilst a number of other people, had called Faith a liar, for saying that she and Dr. Rommel are not really friends. A lot of people had called that out. A lot of people had said that she was lying, that she was faking it, using the same word that Dr. Rommel used. If you all recall that same episode 6, he had called Faith fake, fake, fake. Yeah, that she actually does know him, that she was just lying and making up stories to make him look bad. However, I actually have a question, and I would really love to hear from all of you. So, a lot of people were saying that Dr. Rommel actually tried to be the bigger person by calling for that conversation, with Faith, and that Faith acted childish by walking out on him, by being sort of verbally aggressive with him and also walking out on him. But then there are also a number of people that saw difference. I am one of those people. So personally, what I saw was someone that was sort of gaslighting Faith into thinking that she was actually crazy. Yeah. What I saw was someone that was sort of trying to use reverse psychology, to start up the conversation, to open the conversation. So instead of Dr. Rommel to start by first addressing the things that he had done to cause Faith to be suspicious of him, as we had seen on the show. And this is based off of what we saw on the show, right? He had to first start with, what's your issue with the women? And frankly, I was wondering at that point, like, how is it your business? This person actually invited you to the group. You came to the group, and now you've wriggled your way, into making friends with these other women in the group, and now you're coming to stand like an intercessor, between the faith that you first knew and these women. So for me, it just did not really make sense. So the question here is, if you were to be in that situation, if you were to be either in Faith's shoes or Dr. Rommel's shoes, how would you have broached that conversation? Who do you think was actually wrong? Personally, I felt like Dr. Rommel, as I already said, was sort of trying to use reverse psychology on Faith. And that was also the part where he was deflecting, because he had the chance to speak. He had the chance to say what he wanted to say. Because already, if you all recall, the previous episode, we had seen how at Iyabo's event, he had brought up perceived issues he felt like he had with Faith on the table, already started reporting Faith in a way to those women, knowing fully well that things were not particularly rosy between Faith and those women. So that was quite disappointing. That was quite disappointing. And then, of course, there were also the terrible gossips that he had actually spread to Iyabo and to Toyin, about Faith. So one would have expected that, okay, fine, if you really felt remorseful about the things that you've said about this person, when you called for this conversation, why didn't you start first? Why didn't you start first by, reporting yourself first? Why didn't you start first by apologizing for that, in quotes, public disgrace that you brought upon your friend? Why do you have to start poking into what her issues were, with the other women, i.e., Mariam and Iyabo? So for me, it just does not make sense. Let me quickly go through some of your comments. Ruth is saying, "Are you kidding me? I love how Faith acted. She's obviously the bigger person, because if it's me, I won't even go for that meeting. So thumbs up to Faith." Yeah. I mean, I actually agree. I feel like she actually even exercised a lot of patience to even sit right there and be calm and, listen to how Dr. Rommel was coming from different angles, to make it look like she was actually the villain in that situation. For me, that was quite offensive. So the fact that she even sat down to even listen, to even entertain all of that, for me, that took a lot of courage. Anyways, I'm going to read from Saga. Steph Mom's Saga says Dr. Rume was wrong in all levels. None of the housewives knew what was going on between them, not until Rume spilled in a very hypocritical way. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much for that. I actually agree. I mean, I'm one of those people that if you and I are in a friendship situation and we have issues, or maybe you are bearing grievances against me or towards me, and I don't know what it is, I would rather you talk to me about it first than, you know, spreading it out to other people. And that is if we both have this level of understanding where we know each other's temperament, we understand each other's temperament, at least to some extent, yes. And I would feel very offended if we were in a social setting, a social gathering, and you now choose that particular time to start talking about, not really even like reporting me to people whom I've actually told you that were kind of off with me on our first meeting. It just did not really make sense. So I just felt like Dr. Rommel, did capitalize on that opportunity to ridicule Faith. And I think the last conversation we had about the show, I mentioned that from the way Dr. Rommel has been portraying himself, he's been portraying himself as a desperate social climber. Yes. And I gave a particular example about, for him being someone that's sort of, I don't know if he relocated from the US to Nigeria. I don't know if he's, if it's a full blown relocation. I don't know. But this is someone that's got a business in the US. I don't know if the business is thriving. I don't know if it's just all about expansion of the business. But this is someone that is running a business that requires high level clientele. And so he decides to expand onto Lagos. Now, anybody that's a business owner in Lagos, you can attest to the fact that it is not easy to start off a business, especially the type of business that requires very, very high level clientele. If you run a business in the beauty industry, trust me, you will need very expensive clients. You need clients that are ready to spend the money to look good. You need clients that have the money. You need clients that have the circle, the social network. So for me, right from the very first episode, watching Dr. Romeo's interaction with Faith, I already decoded that, okay, this man, you really need this friendship more than Faith even needs the friendship with him, you know and so the fact that he's always, I don't know what to call it, but it's like he's over enthusiastic to make an impression on the ladies, at least from their first meeting. It was quite interesting to watch. It was quite interesting. And, looking at that Botox party that he and Faith had actually organized, you could also tell that this man really wants to sell his market. You could tell that he really wanted to sell. And I will never forget the brief speech that Faith gave, before he started his demonstration of his products and how he uses his products on his clients. Faith had actually craved the indulgence of the women that were present at the event that day. She had actually begged them, to give Dr. Rommel the attention, the audience, to listen to him. And they had obliged. And listening to everything he said, listening to all the assurances that he had given to the women about, oh, don't worry, at my clinic, we'll take care of you, blah, 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 even wanting to use one of the women for the demonstration. I mean, that was him going all out to sell his market. And for me, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But then the way he's going about it, I don't know. But guys, it's a question I'm throwing to all of you. If you were in Dr. Rommel's shoes, how would you handle that situation with Faith? Now, there are some people that when they need that type of connection that Dr. Rommel is looking for, they have subtle ways of going about it. I mean, if you are a Lagosian or maybe wherever you are and you are familiar with how people build their social circles, how people network, you understand what I am saying. You understand where I'm coming from. So there are some people that are very, very calculated, with how they go about it. But personally, I feel like the way Dr. Rommel is going about it, it's kind of aggressive. Yes, for him, he doesn't care if he throws Faith under the bus or if he throws anybody else under the bus. For him, he has a goal. He wants to build his empire in Lagos, Nigeria. He needs the networks. He needs any and everybody that has people, that has the contacts. And for me, I feel like for him, even though it means dancing ridiculously, even though it means betraying someone that he is trying to build a friendship with, even if it means kissing us here and there, for him, it doesn't matter. So long as he gets the result that he's looking for. So, guys, that's a question to all of you. How would you handle that situation if you were in Dr. Rommel or in Faith's shoes? All right, I would love to hear from all of you. Now, let's all look at how he twisted the story to Chioma. So a lot of people have said that, oh, this is a show. They're just trying to give us entertainment. But then some of the women, they've also come out to, state that it's not scripted. It's that everybody's just behaving how they want to behave, and it's quite an interesting conversation because I checked Mariam's page. I mean, Mariam is one person that we've all been talking about a lot. I mean, last season, Mariam was not really giving a lot of action. And then all of a sudden this season, Mariam wants to be on everybody's tongue. And yes, she's getting what she wants. Everybody's talking about Mariam. And so I went onto her page on Instagram and I saw the caption to one of her posts where she had written, your storyline, my I think my entertainment, cruise all the way or something like that. In other words, she's insinuating that she's just catching cruise. And it's posing a lot of questions in my head that, oh, really, you're just catching cruise. So are you trying to tell us that everything that you are displaying on the show, it's not how you would behave on a normal day? And guys, you see, this is one thing I always say, that a lot of times for reality TV, a lot of things are actually amplified for effect. A lot of things are actually amplified to drive conversations. A lot of things are actually amplified, to catch our interest so that we can be having conversations like this, and also to drive traffic to the show. But we're not talking about Mariam right now. We're not talking about Mariam right now. I am talking about what Dr. Rommel said to Chioma. On yesterday's episode, that's episode 7 of the show, Chioma had actually disclosed to Tanya, I think, yeah, Tanya, that at Laura's event, she had a conversation with Dr. Rommel, just to get feedback as to the advice they are giving to him to have a conversation with Faith to resolve their differences. And Dr. Rommel had actually told her that, oh, he made an attempt, he made the effort, he tried to talk to Faith, and Faith just ended up blasting him out and walking out on him. Anyways, guys, let me go back to reading your comments. um, okay, Aramide says Dr. Rommel doesn't have to throw Faith under the bus to reach his goal. At this rate, he will lose it all. It's a question of time. I actually agree with that. I believe that people can actually, command respect and also get connected to the people that they need, or they want to get connected to, or people that they need, to grow their business or probably enhance their status, right? Without having to throw anybody else under the bus. For me, I just feel like it's dirty business. It's really dirty business. And when you check his socials, the man is really proud of himself. He's constantly hyping himself, calling himself the pepper of the season. Anyways, as I said before in one of my reviews, I said that I'm literally not taking anything too serious this season, because the truth is, you don't really know if these people have already had a conversation with production or whatever, that, okay, I'm going to be behaving this way this season, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But for me, I'm not really going to take it too serious, because sometimes there are so many things that happen that get really, really annoying. Now, quickly, let's move on to Chioma. Chioma is really shocking me this season. And I know a lot of you say, well, what did you expect? Frankly speaking, I've actually said what I kind of expected. My expectations for Choma are not very high. Number one, she's not been on screen for a long time. Number two, it's not like um, she's someone I know on a personal level. So I can't really say that, okay, this is how Chioma should be, right, on a normal day. So I can't really say that, but based off of how Chioma has carried herself on social media, one would expect that, okay, if she were to appear on a show like this is how she would carry herself, this is how she would portray herself. I'm thinking that the people that actually know Chioma on a personal level are the ones that will be able to tell if what she's actually giving on the show is actually real, or if it's just for the script, if it's just for the show itself. I mean, last time we had this conversation, we talked about her, so-called loyalty to Iyabo, how she's literally going all out to support Iyabo for any and everything. And guys, it's quite interesting that everything that has happened between Faith, Iyabo, and Mariam, Shoma is aware. On different occasions, most of these things have actually happened in her presence. But then when you look at her reaction and you listen to her confessionals, it's like someone that's a ghost over there. Like, you're just there, everything is happening in front of you. For you, it doesn't matter if the person you call your friend is at fault, you don't care. as long as you're able to make a case for that person and support that person. That's the vibe Chioma has been giving. Overall, the vibe Chioma has been giving on this season 2 of the Real Housewives of Lagos, it's the vibe of I am here to stay and I'm going to prove myself to people that I am bougie and dramatic. The vibe that Chioma has been giving that I personally have perceived is the vibe of I'm going to talk my talk, regardless of how it hurts anybody else. I'm going to be the only bougie and classy queen over here. Nobody else can come and take my shine. But then, unfortunately for Chioma's vibe, there's Faith Morey. Faith is here now. She's in the picture now. And guys, this is not throwing shades to Chioma or anything, but when I first saw Chioma last season, in my head, I'm thinking, oh my God, she's like the bougiest of them all. And now Faith arrived, and it's like Faith has just literally dethroned Chioma. So now I'm wondering, like, okay, all this antagonism, all these, you don't know the full story, but you've already picked sides with someone else. Why? Because the person is actually giving you that vibe of, oh, I'm loyal. Madam, I'll kiss your ass if you want. Madam, I'll clean your shoes if you want. Madam, I'll carry your handbag if you want. And of course, I'm referring to Dr. Rommel. So it's like, okay, because this one is giving her that vibe, she's all out to antagonize Faith this entire season. Another thing that's very interesting is how Chioma is just busy going about her charity. It's like that you really misbehaved this entire season. You know that people are going to drag you. You know that people are going to come for your head. And so one way for you to die down the noise is to start, like, is to just throw yourself and your brand actively into your charity work, because that's what Chioma has been doing since they started showing. I think from episode 4, or was it episode 3? I think from the episode where everything just turned chaotic. Chioma has become very passionate. Like, I mean, this is not me saying that she's not been passionate about her charity work. She has always been passionate about her charity work, but it's like ever since we started seeing episodes where Chioma has been acting like a hypocrite, acting like Iyabo's personal sycophant, just acting anyhow, like less than expected. Chioma has literally been overly actively, doing charity work, even doing giveaway. And I'm like, oh wow, this is quite this is quite interesting. And we know that people that do such, it's more like trying to divert attention from real issues, right? It's more like trying to divert attention from their personal fuck up like that, especially on social media. And that's what Choma has been doing. So whoever has been advising Choma, that person, thumbs up to that person, because the person actually understands this entertainment business. Yes, because a lot of people are getting carried away. Oh yes, oh my God, Choma is this, Choma is that. So they watch the show and like, oh, because she did give away and I probably won shoes, I'm going to go around defending Choma all over the place. Yes, but anyways, I'm not going to say that I'm actually completely mad at this new energy that Choma has brought to the show. I actually like it. Yes, I mean, I totally needed a more vocal Chioma, but what I wasn't expecting is a Chioma that's going to replace her head with that of a chicken. I'm sorry, but I just had to use that. I just had to use that reference, yes, because now it's like anywhere they say I should put my head, I'm going to duck my neck like a duck and put my head right there. Yes, where you have the opportunity to think for yourself and to judge things clearly, like a learned person, like a learned colleague, as they call lawyers. You literally just put your brain away and you just want to, like, really, it's really annoying, really annoying. Now, let's just pick some of the things that she actually said on episode 7. Now, that reference she made, that, oh, all she needs to do is to call Dr. Rommel and call Faith and then hear from both sides. Oh, remember, I'm a lawyer, so she's going to know. And I'm like, okay, so you're a lawyer. all through this entire season, you've actually not been proving that you're actually an impartial lawyer. Yes, I know that with lawyers, practicing lawyers, depending on which particular niche they decide to throw themselves, there will always the one that will be the devil's advocate, and there will always be the one that will want to fight for justice and whatever. But then, how? How is Chioma going to use her background as a lawyer to judge that case when already she has picked a stand already? Because on episode 7 that we watched yesterday, she was already telling Tanya that from what she has seen, she doesn't know Dr. Romel that much, but from what she has seen, no, from the energy that she's getting, no, Dr. Romel comes across as a kind person, as a good person. And I'm like, well, Shoma, if you're going to judge Dr. Romel that way, then let's take a trip down memory lane to season 1. In season 1, Shoma did not come across as a kind person. She came across first as a snob. Yeah, she first came across as a snob, which was part of the issues that she actually had with Toyin. Part of the issues that she also had with Laura. The way she carried herself, some people interpreted the way she carried herself as, oh, classy and elegant. And she did not see anything wrong with the way she carried herself. And for her, she will be who she is. She's a grown-ass woman, so nobody should tell her what to do and how to behave. I mean, I remember when they would go out and she would bring out her powder, makeup powder, and she's buffing up her face, and Toyin would make jokes about it. She found that quite offensive. So every time she, even though sometimes she does not like outrightly judge Faith Morey like that, every time she comes with this condescending look and tone, especially during our confessionals, those are the questions I ask myself, like, okay, Choma, this is something that you actually do. People who don't know you that well, people who haven't really met you before, when they meet you for the first time, most of the time you look like a snob. You have this look of, oh, get out, all you peasants. That's the look that you have on your face. Like, why is it a problem now that you've met someone who has a more elevated level of class, of elegance? Why is it a problem? Is it intimidation? What exactly is Chioma feeling whenever she's around Faith? Is it that feeling of intimidation? Is it that feeling of, no, you can't come and take my shine. You can't come and steal my shine. It doesn't really make sense. Guys, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And I also asked a question on my video yesterday. I asked that for those of you that studied law or are practicing law, how would you judge the matter between Faith and Dr. Rommel? I would love to know, because Chioma referenced herself as a lawyer, in other words, that she has the ability to judge the matter, whereas she already took a stand. So, how would you judge the matter? All right, let me quickly read some of your comments. Ose said, Dr. Romeo is beyond annoying. I can imagine. Emmanuel said, what is the need of adding Tanya to the show? I don't know. Production should answer that question. Bamiolo said, if you check Faith's post on her birthday, you will see Iyabo posted, happy birthday, darling. They shot this thing prior to her birthday. These people are acting. My dear, there's a possibility that they are all acting. Yeah. S0 Ruth said, my dear, same thing I kept asking. Yes. Melody is saying low self-esteem. Yes. S0 Ruth said, Gloria, dear, you predicted that this will happen. Chioma is beginning to behave like Iyabo and is very disturbing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, thanks for even recalling that. I mean, I think I actually analyzed this before on one of my videos, that where you put two friends together and one has like a more domineering personality than the other one, what you see is there'll begin to be some level of rubbing off. And most of the time, it's the person that has the the more domineering personality, that begins to their influence begins to rub off on the other person. And personally, that's what I am seeing with Iyabo and Chioma. Chioma has become more judgmental. She has become more biased, yes, in her judgment, especially about this whole Mariam and Faith and Dr. Rommel's situation, which brings me to what happened between Chioma and Mariam on yesterday's episode. I saw it on my video on YouTube that it gave me so much pleasure, to just sit down and watch Chioma get all ruffled up by Mariam's accusations, right? I mean, when Mariam was doing it to Faith, Chioma and Iyabo, they were having a field day with it. They were quite excited, right? They were just chilling. Chioma was even saying a lot of things during her confessionals that, if they wanted to go physical and fight, they should fight. What's all these insults that everybody already knows about? And I'm like, hey, Chioma, you really came this season to come and give us some physical fights, right? Okay, we'll see how that one works out. So, watching Mariam, harassing Chioma yesterday over her newfound relationship with Laura, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. It was quite satisfying to watch. And one thing that I know, from watching Chioma on the show is that Chioma does not like it when people lie against her. Chioma does not like it when people project their perception on her, which was what Mariam was doing to her yesterday. Mariam felt like Chioma and Laura have not really sat down to have like a proper conversation. So where is all this chumminess coming from all of a sudden? And then Mariam was tagging all of that fake, right? And Chioma did not find it funny. And then they started exposing each other, which also brings up another conversation. Because last season, what we were hearing was Chioma was saying that, it was Caroline that said that they should actually ignore Laura. But on episode 7, what we heard was that's from Chioma's mouth, was that it was Mariam that brought up the suggestion that they should all ignore Laura. So, guys, the whole thing was just, I'm like, what's happening here? Even Tanya had this shocked expression on her face. And frankly speaking, if I was Tanya, if that whole thing they were doing was not acting, if it was real life, because at this point, I don't even know what's real and what's not real on the show anymore. But if it was real life, and I sat down there and I watched everything unfold the way it unfolded, it's not like I'm going to end my friendship with Chioma or anything, no, but I'm going to be extremely careful with the type of information that I share with people like that, because it just does not make sense at all. It does not make sense at all. Let me quickly read some of your comments. Zane said Dr. Rommel's biggest issue with Faith was she not giving him malicious gist about the ladies. That is also part of it, because he actually tried and then she shunned him and advised that he met the ladies first before forming an opinion about them. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Ernestina said Chama has never been emotionally intelligent. In season 1, her friendship with Carol made her likable, aside her fashion sense, because without that, we had zero energy. Frankly, that zero energy part, that was also part of it. And that's the reason I'm saying that. Could it be that is the reason, she is getting all feisty this season? It's like, I'm here to stay. I'm fighting for a spot. If there's going to be a third season of the show, I must be on season 3. I want to be that one housewife that people would, want to remain on the show, which is also the same thing that I feel like Mariam is doing. Season 1, people were shouting that, Mariam should not return because she has zero energy, because she wasn't even talking. She didn't have a mind of her own. She was not giving much. She wasn't even giving entertainment on the show. And then this season, boom, Mariam is the one that's literally picking a fight with everybody, so it's causing a lot of conversation already. Let me see this one. Melody said, where does Mariam even stand? I'm confused. You see, that was what Chioma was saying yesterday on episode 7 during a confessional, that it's giving supporting Arsenal, supporting Man U, Mariam is two-faced, blah, blah, blah. But if Chioma was actually feeling like Mariam is two-faced, then we can equally describe Chioma as such, because this is one person right from the very first season, that came with the energy of do you, the world will adjust, do you, oh, leave me to be myself. That was mostly the bone of contention between Chioma and Toyin, because she felt like Toyin was constantly harassing her over her fashion, over the way she would appear at events. Yes. So for her, it was, oh, Toyin, do you leave me alone? Let me be myself. Let me do what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. But now it was quite, guys, oh my God, the switch up is mad. It was the way Shoma was instantly joining Iyabo to troll Faith's outfit. And I'm like, Shoma, this is something you actually suffered in the previous season. And now you are joining the bullying gang, you're joining the harassment gang. It doesn't really make sense. Okay, so yeah, there was also a conversation on episode 7 yesterday between Choma and Laura, where um Choma was complaining about the tension at Laura's event between Faith and Dr. Romel, and then also with Mariam. And then Laura was trying to make a case for Faith, saying that, oh, she's a diva, she's just being a diva. And then Choma was like, no, diva, what kind of diva is that? That's not how a diva behaves. Divas take control of their environment. The moment Choma said that, and I'm like, oh wow, what a definition of a diva. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking you all this question, right? So far this season, who amongst the women has been carrying themselves as a diva? And the way Laura used the word diva to describe Faith, I guess she was trying to say, oh, she's just being classy and bougie. Yes. So I want to know what your own definition of a diva is, and which of the ladies has been really carrying themselves like a diva. All right. So let's get talking about that one as well. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, yes, 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 yes. So this is another question I said I was going to ask all of you. Still from one of Choma's confessional, where she was describing her sentiments towards Faith. She was saying that she does not like the fact that she could not read Faith. So I want to ask you all now, put yourself in that situation. Is it justified that you automatically begin to antagonize someone that you cannot read? Say you meet someone for the first time and the person is not easily, like the person's mind is not easily accessible. You cannot read the person. The person is not gullible. So you cannot easily manipulate the person. Um, you cannot easily gaslight the person. The person just has a mind of their own. The person is just their own person, their own individual. Do you automatically begin to antagonize the person and to push forward ugly narratives about that person? What is your stance? And this is me, I'm looking at a situation where we can put bring it in a reality and realistic light now. How would you handle a situation like that? So these are the questions that I have for all of you guys. I'm going to go ahead and share the link to this conversation in the comments section. For those of you that want to contribute, please go ahead on YouTube, click on the link to join the conversation. If you're on Twitter, please go ahead and click, or rather send in a request. Okay, we have someone here, Beyonce. Hi, Beyonce. Hello. Ugh, I don't know what's happening. Beyonce is not here right now. Okay, for those of you on YouTube, go ahead, click the link in the comment section and let's talk. Hello, Beyonce. Yeah, you have to unmute yourself. You're muted. Hello, Beyonce. Anyways, let's speak with Lori on YouTube. If Beyonce gets to unmute herself, then we'll speak with Beyonce. Hi,
Hi,
Lori. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you very much. You are
Are
welcome to
you
the
excited for
conversation.
Christmas? Because right now, all of us, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
I don't like Christmas. I
Shame
don't
on
like
you.
Christmas. I've said it before. I don't like Christmas. Christmas is always boring for me. I don't
Oh,
like Christmas.
shame on you. The rest of us are decorating. We're excited. It's the most wonderful time. It's the time that we have our queen, Mariah Carey, is waking up. So it's
Oh wow.
it is our time.
And that's where she becomes a millionaire again. And once in
So
a year
I feel
millionaire
like
gig.
this is her season. She has already said, "This is my season." She'll be quiet the whole year, and then right now we're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, yes,
I
Queen,
mean,
come back."
the way she cashes out, you see that type of once in a year type of cash out. I love it. I love it. That's just
Me
like the
too.
best way to make money.
Me too. And congratulations to all of you. Even though I am rooting for SA to win most of Grammy, but congratulations for the rest of you with Davido and Burna Boy entering. But all of Africa,
Okay.
we are obviously Team SA because
Yeah.
you guys will eat us alive. You guys will brag until the end of the
Yeah.
day.
I
So
mean, even the nominations are huge achievements, and I hope all
ah,
the artists are actually proud of themselves because it's not even easy to bag a nomination in the first
no,
place.
it's not. I'm actually
It's
quite
not.
happy for him because he has been hustling for so long. He deserves it more than anyone there. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
Davido deserves it. Like, according to me, way, way before.
Yeah.
But we are here for the Real Housewife. Let's remove
Yeah.
that. For me, I believe first and foremost is Laura's definition of diva. I think it was wrong. I think Faith is not a diva because someone being a diva, it means they feel themselves that a bit they're high, mighty, they don't want to stoop to your level and stuff like that. Faith, I
Hmm.
think she's just a calm person. She's someone
Hmm.
who she won't mad herself. She won't dirty her name. She won't do
Hmm.
anything to bring a negative image to themselves because the people who understand themselves, they know what brand they're building, they know what they're going for. So they rather
Mm-hmm.
not run on the same race with you and sit aside and say, "You run, I just want to win." So I think
Hmm.
for me, the way she was trying to portray it might not be coming out the right way, but I think she was still going about with that she is different and there's nothing wrong with being different. Not everybody has
Hmm.
to. Whenever she comes to the room, "Hey guys, how you doing?" She's not that
Yeah.
kind of person. So
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't act like you guys when you see obviously yeah, but all of you are becoming weaklings licking
Yeah.
her feet. She's not that kind of person. She's not that kind of girl, and she won't change for you guys. So for me, that was a wrong thing. With obviously Choma. Choma is someone who I've also seen on socials. So I don't know her per se, but I always say the point that people always go back with. She's a lawyer. They are different kind of lawyers, and I think she's mostly not a lawyer. I think either she's based on entertainment law and stuff like that. So that's that speaks a very very different spectrum of keenness of the eye, mannerism, reading the
Hmm.
room. There's a
I
lot
don't
of
even think she's
lawyers.
practicing law. I don't even think she's
I
practicing.
don't think she's practicing law, but I'm
Hmm.
like the different of lawyers that they are not taught or they don't have the same intuition way quickly because
Mm-hmm.
they have not gone into the rooms whereby they have to judge people based on mannerism, based on their characters, based on how they stand, how they walk, and all that. So I think she does not have that intuition. So with luck
Hmm.
in that, she's there. I think the last part of the first obviously season, she was already leaning into having a friendship with Iyabo, right?
Hmm.
So this season she really brought it in. But now how she's bringing it in, it looks like she's a lapdog. It's not on the same level as obviously Toyin, because you see
Mm-hmm.
Toyin and obviously yeah, but they have some sense of I don't know respect that
Yes.
that they don't go across from each other. They might not agree
Mm-hmm.
with everything, but they don't backbite each other. They stand for each other. So there's some sense of obviously a bit of yeah respect that you're here, I see you, I see you.
Hmm.
Then obviously Choma is much more of a lapdog. According to me, it's not nice for someone to say that about any human being, but I feel like she's not having her own voice, her own obviously opinion and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So for me, I think that was what is happening. But now with obviously Chioma, because she is in that group, Faith is coming in a sense of attacking that gap that she was carrying of the queen of fashion, the queen of
Mm.
this, the queen of highlights, the queen that if she enters the room, everybody's. I think Faith being quiet, Faith being different, is obviously attacking her because that was her sport. She looked like
Mm-hmm.
she's the English calm, she's not Raz, she's the classy one of the group. Faith is now taking over that title. So now she does not know how to place herself where. Should she go with the lapdog completely full on 100%?
Mm-hmm.
Or how is she meant to fight? So I think she's mostly trying to obviously figure out that why isn't she really, really, really breaking it down? Why isn't she going down on the mud with these ladies? Because she does not do that. But she wants people to do it for her to still stand as the classy one in the group.
Mm.
So I think Faith is hindering her from that.
Mm-hmm.
With Mariam, we have deduced from the first episode she's running a script because no one knew her in season one. She wants to have a name now. So with
Mm-hmm.
having a name, you must go down under. And with
Mm.
going down under, you might turn out to be on the right side of history or on the wrong side of history. So I
Sure.
think she just didn't play it the right way. I think, I don't know, her script was good. You have to hand it to her. She thought about it, she executed it. But the people who she was obviously executing with them, they didn't run with her. When you are trying to do something, then the people who you actually at least trying for them to be activated, they're not activating themselves. So you look
Mm-hmm.
stupid at the end of the day. So I think for me that it's I don't know, it's half and half because she's bringing in that sense of entertainment that you look at her, you feel sorry for her, you want to laugh at her, you're just like, ish, poor her, she's still fighting herself, oh my god. So
Indeed, she's fighting herself.
yeah, she's bringing something. It might not look pretty, but without her, she's literally carrying the show, according to me. Her and Faith, because Faith is bringing in that classiness, calmness. Mariam is bringing someone who just fights themselves. You don't know
Mm-hmm.
the purpose, nor the way out, nor the cause. They just wake up and just they're angry. They're angry. They just want to fight the world. So that's the issue with her. With Doctor. I think Doctor wants to lick Iyabo's ass. Doctor wants to be part of the It Girls. Doctor is having a problem with knowing who the It Girls are and fighting. I think for me, I was much more entertained when he followed Faith until to the car. He looked so
He was
horrible.
like
And I'm
all
like,
about the god.
do you know how you look in TV? You look like you are aimless. You don't have you're shameless. The shameless like if I was him, for me I would sit down and take a drink and even order more to show that I don't care about you. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have a friend, I'm sitting down and order a drink. Please waiter, Azul for goodbye friendship. I was born as a lapdog. I'm like, you can't even take a stand right now and show
And then
that
it looked
you
like
are
he
the
was
main
wearing
person.
diapers.
Doctor
Really?
disappointed
For
me.
real, that's
That scene was not favoring him at all. He looked so
huh?
bad. I was so hurt. I was so hurt for him. But for this season, they tried. Laura is the most personality development I have seen in my life. The
Yeah.
way she has developed Laura and Tiana, they are the rock stars of development. When you see yourself on TV, one thing I always say is you should be glad because the rest of us don't have that entity to see ourselves on TV and see where we're supposed to change as human beings.
Mm-hmm.
You saw yourself on TV, you took the correction that you have seen about yourself, you have shown yourself in a very, very different light. That is what I wanted for also Caroline, for her to come back and show herself at a different light. That I don't need to be friends with you girls, I can survive on my own. So I think
Mm.
Laura and obviously Tiana are on the right track of housewife. That we are here to entertain, but we want to entertain on the right accord. We want to show our families, we want to show our relationship, we want to show our friendship, we want to show this. So that brings in the vibe of not every single day it has to be cat and mouse, I own a business. So I think for me, those two are the epitome of why there is these shows to show that women can be friendly, women don't have to fight every single day, women can have play dates with the kids. That was the most, I think, the most cute scene I've seen with their babies. Like it was so nice that someone just, oh, I also want to become a
Mhm.
mother. I want to take my kids also with all of my own besties for us to hang
Mhm.
out with kids, that kind of vibe. So I think for me, those were the things. But season 2 is great. Season 3 has to bring back obviously Caroline and Faith on the same I don't know platform, because those two I think they will really skyrocket for it
Don't
to like reach.
shake Chioma and Iyabo.
No, they'll shake it, and I think they'll really, really bring it farther and farther. Because obviously right now it's still in Showmax and stuff, but you want it to be, I want to recognized, because these people are working hard for it. It's a show that they want to be recognized, yes, yes, as Big Brother and all other scenes. So you want it to be
Mm.
like, I want to recognize. So bringing in much more entities that really that really carry that power brings much more recognition for all of them. So
Mhm.
I think for me, Faith, Caroline have to come back. Iyabo, I think she's done overdue. The last episode showed us frankly that she's not needed, because whenever she's there,
Mhm.
there is nothing apart from lap dogs licking her ass 24/7.
For real. For real.
So we
And
don't
that's
need
what I
someone
want to
who is
mention, yeah.
waiting.
That's what I want to mention. I don't know if you noticed as well that what's her name? Toyin, for me, like my personal opinion,
Yeah.
turns out to be the smartest cast member this season.
Yes.
And I say so because after all the character development, all the x-raying herself and the resolve to come back with a very solid EQ, come back more self-aware,
Yeah.
she's not causing a lot of drama, but her fashion statements, they are screaming loud.
Yes.
Her confessionals are crazy.
Yes.
So she's not the Mariam of the season, but she's equally taking the shine because
Yes. True.
if you look at the things that she's wearing this season, they are more pronounced, they are more in your face. I mean, I still cannot get over the
The
wristwatch
hat.
outfit. Oh my God. Do you know I didn't even realize that those were wristwatches, right?
They were. I was like, this is so cute.
I had to look again. I'm like, oh my God, this is expensive. The wristwatches, I don't know what they are worth, but that's a
I,
lot
I
of
actually don't.
wristwatches.
I actually don't think if they actually like. I don't think if they are working. I think they're not working. I think she
Yeah,
just
but then when you think
collecting
about the process, how did
the
she
process of it.
curate
Yeah,
all of those things? It's a lot. It's a lot. So I must give it to her. Like on my video yesterday, I said that she's like a walking billboard for her brand. So
she is.
she's not being ratchet, but
No,
her appearance alone is making a
speaks.
lot of statement. Yeah.
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 I actually agree, because whenever it like comes to obviously diary, I always look forward to hers and obviously Faith, because those two, they will say what all of us are thinking at the end of the day. Like they will
Mm.
say as it is, and if you feel like, okay, these people are really watching and they know what we're thinking. So it's much better than us thinking that, oh, I don't know, we are all, I don't know, hypocrites. But they also feel that the people are doing something they're doing, it's completely unnecessary. Like, how can you come in 5 minutes that you're in, you're already causing drama? It looks scripted. Like you couldn't
Yeah.
even become a better actor than that. Like go to somewhere, I don't know, school or film and learn something and then come back next season and finance it. Finance it the right way. But I think
Yeah.
for me it's actually a great, 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 great season. Apart from the toxicity that is maybe a bit much with obviously Tiana's pregnancy and all that. I think that for me was just not nice. But apart from that, I think it's much more better than the last one, because we're seeing
Mhm.
people grow, people change, the kids are coming in.
Yeah.
So it's much better
Yeah.
than that. So yeah. We'll
Yeah,
see.
we need to start seeing the husbands as well. I hope production is
Oh
taking note.
no, 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 Glory! If you have watched other real housewives of USA, whether it's Potomac, Beverly Hills, the point that you keep the husbands in, my dear, the divorce rate of Real Housewife is the highest you've ever seen in your life.
Oh
People,
my God.
I think women search for those Real Housewife husbands more than anyone. Like the
Wow.
scandals from hotels, like it's bad. Casinos, the divorce rate is so high. So I think
No, but I
no,
would love to see.
Africa.
I would love to see that. I would love to see the husbands because of Dr. Rommel. Because I would love to see how he would conduct himself
With the
when the
husband,
women's husbands or boyfriends are involved. I want to see which gender he's going to lean towards the most. Is it going to be more masculine, or is it going to be more in tune with his, femininity? I don't know. Because at the moment,
I
it,
have no
it
idea.
looks like yeah. At the moment, it looks like he's more in tune with his femininity,
The
right?
women. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah. No,
I would
I
like
am
to
I
see
am
what he
I
would
am
mean.
I am not praying for the husband because I watch other shows, the other housewives, and the
Yeah.
husband's rate of I don't know divorce is too much. Like Beverly Hills, I think right now everyone is getting at least a divorce. So it's that bad that people just end up getting because the cases people I think are searching for them. So whenever they see you at a casino with any woman, they take a photo. It's all over in the
Mm.
news, and you're getting a divorce. So
But
husbands
I assure
should
you of
be
one
hidden.
thing, Laurie. I assure you of one thing. You see these Nigerian husbands, they are not going anywhere. There's a reason. I'm telling you, go and ask questions, yeah? When the husbands come on the show, I assure you, there's no divorce that will happen. There's a reason.
Seriously,
I'm telling you.
I will find you through DM to tell me.
I'm telling you, and there's a reason. Don't worry. But really, thank you so much, Laurie. Let me
Thank
give
you.
other people space to speak. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Let's speak with Sammy 12H.
Um,
Hi, Sammy.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi. Good afternoon.
Love your reviews. Your reviews are so good. I'm really
Thank
upset
you.
today because we don't have access to Showmax anymore. So we kind
Oh
of,
wow.
which is very frustrating.
Yeah.
But it's also a help and bringing context to the episodes. I'm happy. So
Wow.
much today.
Thank you.
I'm going to keep it really short because I know other people want to talk. There's something that you said just now when you said about Toyin promoting her brand and bringing her brand. And I think this is what some of these ladies have forgotten, especially
Yeah.
Chioma. Chioma's always screaming that she's a lawyer. As a lawyer,
Yeah.
someone said in the comments just here, Chioma doesn't have any emotional intelligence. She's one-sided, she's so biased. She gives such a mean girl type of energy. I'm just like, why would anybody hire you as a lawyer? And the most important thing is, what authority do you have that Faith needs to come and open her case? Who are you? Who are you?
Exactly.
Are you why? Because of Auntie Iyabo, so your assistant Auntie Iyabo. Like, who gets authority? Like, I think to myself, I'm just thinking, Chuma, you are one of the youngest females out of the group. You're okay, there's nothing wrong with her not being a wife, there is
Mm-hmm.
brings a little bit of diversity having single women onto the show. But you don't know why,
Mm-hmm.
although you know that kind of background experience basically. But the way she'll be talking like she's one big senior lady in the community, and I'm just thinking, you need to sit down because if anybody needs to learn, is you. Another person
Mm-hmm.
wondering about their brand is Mariam. And I said it on TikTok in the comments. I said, for Mariam to have such a high clientele base and to behave the way she's behaving, I think is so embarrassing. You are
For real.
you are in PR. So what I know about PR, I might be wrong, but PR isn't PR about media and marketing and
Mm-hmm.
advertising.
Image, all about image, a brand image. Yeah.
Everybody in this whole group shouldn't be misbehaving. It shouldn't be you. You are
Mm-hmm.
the big people from what you're saying, right? Like I don't know about Mariam's PR. I don't have not much knowledge on that. But from what I'm getting is that you work with high clientele, you work with big people in Nigeria. There is life after Real Housewives. People, like I'm sure these things come into play and people are watching you.
Mm-hmm.
People are watching you, and Real Housewives of Lagos is a popular show. People are watching it.
Mm-hmm.
people are seeing it. Even though people say things about Tanya being very boring, I think Tanya's very smart. Tanya,
Mm-hmm.
she knows who she engages with, the people that she collaborates with, the brands she collaborates with. I follow her on social media, so I see the brands that she thinks and the individuals that she socializes with. So she's being
Mm.
careful about how she's being perceived, even if she's boring to us, which she is. She's being very careful and very calculated. And I just think for Mariam to be in her second season and have a little bit of experience with Real Housewives, I'm very embarrassed. I'm very, very, very embarrassed. Like you can
Mm.
across, you can obviously have an argument, but it doesn't have to go that far, you know?
Mm.
And then the last point I want to make is about Chioma again and stuff. Chioma is once again giving us such a valuable lesson on friendship.
Yes.
She did this in the reunion when it was with Caroline. She was so fast to kind of expose what her and Caroline were talking about and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna reveal more about what happened with Mariam and kind of coincide with Laura to let her know. And again, like I said, I just think, you know, some people think, what value is this reality TV shows are bringing, but
Mm-hmm.
whether they're scripted or not, they're a lot of value. You know, sometimes when your parents say to you, this friend is dangerous, and you don't listen,
Mm-hmm.
this is a classic
Mm-hmm.
of this friend is dangerous. I've never seen a grown woman in her 30s behave the way Chioma does when it comes to secrecy and privacy with friendship. Are
Oh,
you, like, how dumb can you be? Basically, and stuff like that. You are literally exposing yourself of how you are as a character, as a friend. And yeah, I just think Chioma's just stupid. Like, I just think, like someone said in the comments in YouTube, it said she has no emotional intelligence. She could not wait. She was itching to say that what her and Mariam had did and planned. And I don't believe it. I don't believe Mariam was one of the main people, but I think she was part of that whole little strategy and stuff. But
mm.
yeah, just how stupid can you be and stuff like that. But and another person who I think is also thinking about their brand is Faith. As we can see, she
Mm.
you know, she keeps it classy. She's whether or not she's faking or whether it's American or Port Harcourt, as she calls it. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry, I'm not Nigerian, but yeah,
Port Harcourt.
I'm even muddling my words. Whether she is, you know, her background or whatever, she's being
Mm.
very, very particular about how she presents herself. The other day I was watching her Instagram and she was in, I think she was in China or in Taiwan, and she was with some
Yeah.
high level people in government. And in my head I was thinking, who put you there? That's one. But then I thought to myself, I said, you know what, this girl's smart. She's playing this very, very smart. There's no way she's
Mm-hmm.
like her image, her reputation for this show. And Mariam can learn a few things from her. I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. It's just like consistently she's being embarrassing. And as her own friend Toyin is looking at her like, what are you doing? It's like you're on crack, you know? So
Mm.
I think this season is really, I definitely prefer this season than last season. I think they're showing us more about their
Mm.
relationships, their family dynamics, which I love. And obviously
Mm.
a bit of drama. I know the other lady said that Caroline should come back. Me too. I want her to come back. Let her pepper some people small. Um, yeah, and Iyabo can go. Yeah, Iyabo has not much value. I think she's gotten a bit too big for her boots, and just very toxic in how she's behaved personally for me. But I'm
Mm.
the show in terms of Lagos. I think the producers, like you said in one of your reviews, you said the producers listened to us, listened to our complaints and our comments, and picked up on things that people were saying in the comments, and you know,
Mm.
kind of drove how they were going to go about this whole season. So sorry, I tried to rush quickly as possible,
Yeah.
but
Thank you.
yeah, keep doing reviews. Please don't stop, especially for us.
Yeah.
Stop. We're waiting for you. The
Thank
other day
you.
you were late. I was like, where's Gloria? She's left us.
Oh my God.
That's a review. But thanks so much. And yeah, I hope everybody
Thank
is.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry my videos come out late these days. The every episode is a lot to handle. I try as much as possible to be very detailed with my analysis. So thank you so much, Sammy. Thank you so much, Sammy. And you see that thing you said about Mariam, how she should be selling her brand. I was quite shocked when I saw her, having that consultation with Suji Motors. The Suji Motors in particular, I've actually seen a few of his projects. There's a particular one I saw. it was in the arts for a long time, and it's about real estate, and it's a huge project. If you are familiar with real estate terrain and also the socialites in Lagos, then you understand what I'm talking about. It's huge, so when I saw her having that meeting with Suji, I'm like, oh my god. So you actually know this person, as you call this person your godfather or whatever, and you're supposed to be working as a PR consultant for this person, and you are displaying all this righteousness you are displaying. Hey, oh my God. I said, this. Hey God. No, 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 no. So what Sammy said is actually true. It was quite surprising. And the way she seriously behaved herself in that meeting, guys, anyways, as I said before, these people, I don't know if this whole thing they are doing, if it's actually orchestrated to keep us talking, or to give us entertainment. I don't know. But whatever it is, I think these women need to be very careful, for real. They need to be very careful. Except they've become extremely rich to the point where they don't need brands anymore. They just have money, their own money that they can just fall back to. I don't know. But whatever it is, they need to be very careful how they portray themselves on the show. Let's speak with Tina. Hi, Tina.
Hi, Glory.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm
You're
fine. You're
looking
welcome to the
beautiful as
conversation.
always.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank
Okay,
you,
let's
thank you.
hear your opinion about
I've
the
been
show.
following your channel for a very long time. That's my first time speaking, so
Woo!
I'm glad I'm here.
Welcome. Oh
Yeah,
my God, it's how
thank
you
you.
silent listeners and viewers are
I
converting to
know, right?
speakers. I'm happy.
God help us so that we keep being consistent like this. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for speaking today.
Thank you for having me. So, with
Yeah.
regards to Real Housewives, I don't see why it's so difficult for us to accept that it's not scripted. I believe production somehow has a way of maybe encouraging the ladies to bring drama, but I'm not sure they actually direct them, give them directions, what to say, how to act. I think
Hmm.
they do that on their own. So, and it's quite normal. People do this on a daily basis around us all the time. If we are to be honest with how we see, even sometimes we ourselves we do that, but we can't see it. But because of the cameras following them, we are seeing it to be something so big, but I don't think it's that serious. It happens all the time around us. So I think we
Hmm.
should all open our eyes to that.
Hmm.
And with regards to Chioma, I started loving Chioma since season one. Especially one thing about Chioma that stands out is her fashion sense. You know, sometimes it's a bit too much, but on the most times
Yeah.
enjoyable. It's enjoyable. And her friendship with Caroline, it made us see more human parts of her, her sweetness and all that. But getting to the end of the show when she became a different person, she had media rounds trying to explain how she behaved that way towards Caroline, but I still didn't get it. It's just not adding up to me. So since then, I was a bit skeptical about her, but I kept following her, just for the fashion. But this season, it's a different thing altogether. And her alliance with Iyabo is even getting worse by the day. Chioma is a different, I won't say a different person. I think that's what she's actually being, but right now she doesn't have maybe a sweet person like Caroline who bring more sweetness out of her. So Iyabo is bringing out the other side we don't want to see. So
Word.
that's
Word.
that's Chioma for you. I feel
Hmm.
like
Word.
sometimes she has to be a little bit, she can be intelligent, but sometimes she just allows things to blind her. She doesn't see beyond reason. It's just
Hmm.
unfortunate because she's such a beautiful girl and we would love to see her blossom.
Mm-hmm.
And with Tanya, I enjoyed Tanya last episode. That's yesterday. I
Yes.
think with some people not being around, Iyabo, Dr. Romel, Tanya, and Chioma, they were shining a lot. It's like they were more vocal. We saw them more. Yesterday was the first time I actually enjoyed Tanya's personality, whether good or bad. She actually brought something to the table. She
Mm-hmm.
wasn't just like a furniture. So I think she has more up her sleeve, but if she's to allow herself to, show us more, we are going to enjoy her.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe if Iyabo comes next week, they'll be back to playing supporting roles, I guess. uh,
Main character duties will be over.
I know, right? Oh, for Faith is what we are all seeing. She's who she thinks she is.
Mm-hmm.
She's very classy and very respectful. She didn't come with this attitude like, I'm the queen, worship me. She came very humble, but I think the ladies decided to pick on the train and make it an issue because
Mm.
it's like they never gave her a chance. They just judged her from the onset. They just judged her, oh, this person is going to be like this. And they just ran with it. Like if they had given her a chance, they would have realized she's a very respectful person. The first time she
Mm-hmm.
met them, she gave them compliments, even though they were trying to be insulting towards her. She still gave them compliments. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that wasn't enough. But Faith so far has she's shown so much confidence. Confidence, and it's not pride. It's just a woman who has built her confidence to the point where she doesn't actually see anything. And I'm sure if she's to come out to tell her story, we will understand why she has built herself this way. Because I know for tall people, like extremely tall ladies like that, usually growing up, it's not easy. There is a lot
Mm-hmm.
of bullying because
Mm-hmm.
women are expected to be cute and all that. But she having that kind of height, I'm sure she has worked through a lot to build that confidence for herself. But
Yeah,
we are
she
not
really
seeing
did
that.
try.
We are just seeing how bold she is now. But we don't know the process she had to go through to
True.
become this big Amazon goddess. So I'm sure one
True.
day if she's to tell her story, we are going to see what's behind that posture. And that
True.
posture it can be learned. I don't know why the women are so worked up about it. That
You
Queen
know,
Elizabeth posture. It's the English version of poise. They
you
show
can
you
learn
how
to
to
sit, you can learn to.
sit like that with your shoulder, your back being
Mm-hmm.
straight, how to drink from a teacup. It's learned. You can see that she's learned it. So I don't think she's actually pretending to be anything. And
Mm-hmm.
for Toyin, I love Toyin more this season. She has a mind of her own. She's minding her business and showing more of her life, her challenges, her family. I think it's very recommendable. It's very recommendable.
Mm-hmm.
I was
And
very sorry
she's
about,
just doing smartly.
yeah. I was very sorry about her losing the baby, and Chioma's remarks towards us was when I heard it, I was like, oh, Chioma, how intelligent can you be? You're not supposed to say this, especially on camera. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
believe the pregnancy, keep it to yourself. And especially the pregnancy has been lost. There's no need making comments about it in public. So I was following her thinking, oh, she would definitely come and make an apology statement. Like a family member or somebody from her team should advise her that girl, what you said is really messed up. You have to at least just say sorry, even not to Tony, but to the women out there going through this kind of situation. It's not funny. But she came back with
Exactly.
more insulting stuff. I was like, oh, sure, I've had it up to you. I just unfollowed her immediately. Um, just being fashionable is not enough.
Yeah. But let me ask
Yeah.
you this, girl. So there's something that I have noticed about Shoma. and
Okay.
this is about the show. As I've always said before, I don't know these women, right? I don't even
Yeah.
know if they know me, if they know me at all, but just based off of what I am here, it's just my personal observation from the show, right from season one. Now, if you
Yeah.
look at the personalities of these women,
Mm-hmm.
um Shoma especially looks like someone that thrives better when rolling with the girls, in quotes.
Yeah.
Like, she cannot stand on her own. It's
Oh,
like she's,
exactly.
have you noticed it too?
Exactly. She has to pair with somebody. She can't stand on her own. That
Yes.
one is for
And
sure.
not
That
just
one
one
is for sure.
person. She likes to have people around her, especially
Mm-hmm.
people that will constantly hype her. So it's like she's got like a lot of insecurities. I mean, everybody has got insecurities, but it's like Chama's got very insane insecurities that she alone knows about. So it's like she needs
Exactly.
people around her that will
Yeah.
constantly fill that void to make her feel better. And the reason I'm saying this is I keep wondering every time I listen to her confessionals about faith, I keep
Mm-hmm.
wondering like, will Choma be able to stand alone like Faith on the
Mm.
show if she were
Mm-hmm.
to be harassed the way Faith is getting harassed on the show?
I don't think she'll survive. Like I said, Faith looks like somebody who has been through so much to build her to where she is right now. And that's what the women are not so happy about. They want women who be showing weaknesses, and but she's not just acting it. She has been through it to make her get to this point. For Chioma, I think she loves the crowd, especially the crowd that makes her look better. There are
Mm,
some girls, they like to be in cliques where you be the queen. When it comes to fashion or other senses, like nobody comes close. So
mm,
Chioma can't play a one woman game. No, she needs
yeah,
these people to make her look better.
yeah. Like, you cannot move alone. You can't. They can't even go out alone because it would be boring. So there has
No,
to
no,
be
no,
a
no,
bunch of,
no,
people,
no.
and she wants to be the one that shines out the
Exactly.
most. Wow.
And there are some people who like to team up with these people to also make them shine. So good for
Mm,
all of them if it helps them that way.
yes. And Dr. Rommel is the one person that is always available,
No,
to
no,
to
no,
be
no,
the praise
no.
singer. In fact, if there's like a hand fan to hold and be fanning the person as they move, he wouldn't
He
even
would
mind.
voluntarily take it. Oh, that man is too thirsty for fame. What?
Ah,
Like,
see, that's the perfect
it's
word.
so much.
Thirsty.
He's too thirsty. And I'm
Hmm.
wondering, Iyabo Chioma watching this now and still being friends with him. I'm like, is this real? You're still hanging out with this man after hearing and seeing what he was saying about you guys before he met you, and even how he's just conducting his whole. Oh, there's no
Mm-hmm.
excuse. Sometimes this thing is just mind baffling, but I
All right.
think,
Thank you
yeah,
very
yeah,
much.
that's all.
Thank you. Thank you
Thanks,
very much, Tina.
Glory. Thanks,
All
Glory.
right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Let's
Bye.
speak with Carabo Palesa. Hi.
Hi, Glory.
Hi. I read your comment and
Um,
I just could not wait for you to come and speak. You wrote that Iyabo is a necessary evil. Do you
yes,
want to start with that?
before we go there, I have a
Yeah.
bone with you. You,
Ah,
you, I will come to Nigeria, Glory. I will come there. I don't know how. I will find a man this side. They will take me that side. I will come to Lagos. This thing of you uploading late. I, Glory, no, no, no. And yesterday I was stalking you on Twitter. I saw you. You tweeted in South Africa it was 11. So that side was 10. Why did you upload late?
oh my God. I am so sorry. See, this this is what people don't understand. This show is it's hectic to review. I'm not even going to lie. Let me even confess. This Real Housewives of Lagos, if I any Real Housewives show, it is hectic to review. It's not like Big Brother that one thing will happen and you'll just do one video and you just talk about it. This one. It's 48 to 55 minutes long per episode, and there are
Mm.
so many things happening on one episode. So you have to now sit down, watch it, and analyze it in your head before you now put it on a video, and then you edit, and then you export, and then don't even try Nigerian connection for uploading. You get frustrated till you faint. The upload
Yes,
is the worst part of it all.
we
So
must
it's
connect you
hectic.
with those people. We must connect you with those people that work in network. They must not do that to us. Hey, I suffered gloriously.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
What is wrong with this one?
I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to. I'll try to be earlier because if I tell you the time I start with this show in a day, it literally takes the whole of my day. But I'm gonna work harder to, be faster. Thank you.
Okay, okay.
Have we
You look,
settled?
we have settled. Guys, my Iyabo must not go. If she goes, guys, we need a villain. In every story, there must be a villain. You can't say
Of
Iyabo
course.
must go. If she goes, where will she go? Who will give us what she's giving us? She's the necessary evil. Without her, there won't be negative energy. You see how nice
Mm.
that episode was. We don't need nice all the time, guys. Like, just imagine if that whole season it was like kumbaya. No, 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 no. Iyabo must stay. She must
But
even
let me ask
Miriam
you.
go
Let
anywhere.
me ask you this question. Yeah. Let me ask you. I totally agree with you. If everybody was nice on the show, we don't know what the outcome would be. It might be kind of boring, and it could still be entertaining. But if you agree with me, yeah, it's like Iyabo's villainous comes alive where faith is involved. So imagine if there was no faith this season,
She
what
was
would
gonna
Iyabo
do
be
it to
doing?
She was
With
gonna
who?
do it to Laura. Laura.
Laura.
She started with Laura. You guys were focusing on Chioma and Caroline and Toyin last season. Iyabo has never liked Laura from season one. Remember
Uh-huh.
that episode one, where she met with Laura at
Mm-hmm.
the salon, and she was like, I wanted to give this girl hot, and then she just come there, she starts fuming. Because if you remember that day, Laura just sat down and she immediately went, "Oh, Iyabo, I'm such a fan. I like you. You're so beautiful." And Iyabo, like, you could just tell on her face that this was not what she was looking for. She wanted a fight, she wanted to create drama, but Laura didn't give her. So even this
Yes.
season, she came guns blazing for Laura. It's just unfortunate that Laura came with peace. She's grown. So she saw
Yeah.
another time, which was Faith. And Faith is not giving her what she wants, but she won't stop.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
And as for Chioma, guys, Chioma has always been like this. For me, the thing we didn't see it because Caroline, was there. So we just saw the good parts, the nice parts, because the show focused on their friendship most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Yeah.
didn't actually see anything. But if you heard at the reunion, Chioma said a lot of things. And if you are a reasonable person, you just ask yourself, okay, well, if you were there in that situation or in that setting, and people said, "Oh, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this," and you agreed, what does that say about your character? That's why for me, whatever she's doing now, I'm not really surprised. But my Caroline is being vindicated. You see,
Mhm.
Chioma, she will spill. And I wanted to keep spilling. They should have learned their lesson. How can someone be friends with you for probably like 2 months? I don't know how long the show takes, obviously. And then just for a mere apology, they switch up on you. No, you are lying. You're a liar. You're this. They should have just realized from that day that Chioma is not a good friend.
And you
Because
see,
how do
when you even mention that, let's even look at it from this angle. Um, Not to say label Choma a bad person now, but one thing I've also noticed that Choma does a lot is she's very quick to pushing the blame. So let's begin with that statement she made about Toyin's pregnancy. You know, when I think it
Yes.
was the first episode, the second one. Remember, she quickly went to go and do
Second.
some radio interviews. She went to grant
Mm-hmm.
interviews, and then she was explaining that, oh, Toyin told us to ignore Laura. Laura wants to take the shine. So she said that one. That one is there. Then yesterday's episode, she now said that, oh, Mariam was the one that said we should ignore Laura. So I'm thinking about the situation. I'm like, Chioma, are you a piece of paper? Like anywhere they flip you, that's where you go. This
Exactly.
one
And
said,
then
let's ignore Laura. You ignored. This one said, let's ignore Laura. You ignored. Where is your brain? Like, where is your head? Where is your mind?
and
How about for a change when they tell you ignore Laura, you say no, I'm not going to ignore Laura. I'm going to stand on my own. Laura did nothing to me. I'm going to stand on my own. Do you understand? So thinking
yes,
about it now, it's not making me wonder, like, okay, fine,
you are
whenever
in my
there's
mind.
mischief, like when people are cooking up mischief, you're always excited to be a part of the whole ploy, right?
Hey,
And then when it now backfires, you'll now be quick to come out to defend yourself. No, I wasn't the one. No, they said I should do this. They said I should do that. So it's becoming very ridiculous now.
exactly. I was even talking about the show with my friend. Like, Chioma is that friend. Like, oh, let's go kill this person. She will go. But when the cops come, oh, it wasn't me. It was her. She did. Like, girl, you are an accomplice, regardless. Like, I don't understand her character because in my mind, I'm like, it's not possible for a person to be like this, even if you are a follower, right? And
Mm-hmm.
isn't it ironic that they called my Caroline a follower, but the real follower is Chioma? Even if
Mm-hmm.
you are a follower, there are some things like there are some limits that you shouldn't cross, like to say, oh, but guys, this is wrong, like we shouldn't do this. Like she's always willing, like she's a willing participant. Ay, Chioma.
Mm,
It makes
exactly.
you
It's like back
question
in
the
secondary
character.
school where the mean girls gang up and say, oh, she's not pretty. Let's not talk to her. And then you see all the hairheads, and then they are following their queen in front. Oh, the queen said we shouldn't talk
Exactly.
to her.
Hey,
Oh,
Chioma.
God.
That's why
God.
I'm like, in a way, I'm not surprised. I remember Caroline made a statement. She said, Chioma, what is Iyabo giving you that you will just follow her like this, like even betray me
No.
like this? I didn't catch it then, but now I'm starting to see it because I honestly, I don't know. Maybe she's getting her a man or something because the way she's so loyal to that girl, it's like she's scared of her or something, or they know something about her. I don't understand.
And
Chioma,
you see,
yo,
that's
yo, yo.
another interesting angle. Remember the episode where Iyabo was teaching Choma how to make amala? And
Yes.
Chema was saying during a confessional that, oh, the process is too hectic. Dear future husband, we're going to get a chef that will be making it for you. Iyabo during our own confessional, or was it in the actual show, was saying, ah, Chema, you have to learn, no, you must learn, no. So I'm now wondering, like, okay, did Iyabo introduce Choma's current boyfriend to Choma? And I don't understand. Maybe
Sorry,
it's the guy
I don't
Yoruba.
know
Like,
Chloe, I don't know if you remember, even in season one, when they were
mhm,
at the pool, the fights got heated.
yeah.
I don't know, it's not at the pool, it was at the reunion when they asked Caroline, like, what actually started the fight. Caroline said Chioma was angry because Caroline said something about her man. Like,
Yeah.
she said, she insinuated that Chioma was being pimped. I don't know by who though, because she didn't
Mhm.
specify who was pimping her. And then Chioma covered it up by saying, no, it was about the apology. And in my mind, I was like, but that doesn't make sense. Can you guys really fight over an apology if it's genuine or not?
Yeah.
That's why, if when they said they followed Chioma's interviews post show, I also followed them and I was like, this is not making sense. And I was looking at
Mhm.
Diabo, I was listening, I was like, no. I went to Caroline's one and I listened. I was like, okay, maybe I'm being biased because I like Caroline. I looked at the reunion. I still can't side with Chioma, but I like her. But she needs
Yeah.
to work on her character. Like
She
she
needs
has
to.
some credible character. And then Miriam, guys, okay, I have an angle. I'm gonna speak for Miriam. I don't think okay, Miriam obviously wants to be talked about. We saw it in the reunion. But perhaps she's also because remember she's going through this surrogacy thing, right, with her man.
Mhm.
Maybe that's also affecting like her moods. Cause she just flips out of nowhere. She just it's like she is erratic. Cause people are saying, oh, maybe she's on drugs. I don't think she's on drugs. I think she's not drinking properly, and that's also having an effect in the way she carries herself. I don't know, guys. I'm just saying, like,
I don't. Nah. See, Mariam's. Hey, God, Mariam. Mariam's behavior on the show. Uh, honestly, I'm not going to make any excuses for her because I feel like last season that was what we did a lot. A lot of people did that. Oh, Laura was behaving the way she was behaving because she's pregnant. Oh, it's like people blaming the baby, the fetus that's forming for all of Laura's excesses. And yes, this is not to dispute the fact that pregnancy does not come with its own twist, for different women. It definitely does, right? So we're not going to take that away. But Laura actually did a lot, and people just wanted to blame everything, all of her excesses on the pregnancy. And I think at some point we weren't even sure if she was pregnant because when that fight happened at the poolside, there was speculations. I think it was Shama that asked, "Oh, Laura is always going to pee. Is she pregnant?" So there was a
yes, I
speculation. We were not really sure. I think it was even after the season that I saw her at a supermarket. I saw that she was actually pregnant and someone was helping her with the cart. So that was where I knew for a fact that, oh, okay, wow, something was actually happening. But with Mariam, I wouldn't want to blame or give that excuse of, oh, maybe it's the surrogacy. Nah, nah, nah. I think people get away a lot of times with a lot of their excesses, when people give them such excuses. A lot of times people need to take accountability for their actions. I mentioned at the start of this conversation that on her Instagram page, she had posted a picture and she used different hashtags. She put on there hashtag your storyline, hashtag something my entertainment, hashtag catching cruise or something, something. So she's
even hosted
trying to, sorry?
yesterday. She even hosted a space yesterday
Oh,
at
she did.
8.
I don't know why I missed it. So she was trying to make it look like everything that she's doing on the show, she's just catching cruise.
Mm,
I don't know how to take that.
I, guys, we don't know. Anyways, Chioma the lawyer.
But let's talk about Dr. Rommel. Let's talk about Dr. Rommel. I think we've actually talked a lot about him. Let's talk about Dr. Rommel. How would you have handled that conversation between him and Faith if you were Dr. Rommel?
If I was Dr. Rommel, I would have tried to save my dignity, guys. You see, when Faith walked away, I would have called the waiter, been like, "Oh, please give me a glass of champagne," and then those dramatic things that gays like doing, and then do this like, "Oh, cheers to my freedom." Bye to toxic people. I was gonna be so dramatic, like I was gonna save myself from that embarrassment. And
Well,
you know
it
that
seems like you
I was
like you being the villain a lot.
I was rooting for Dr. Romel. Like guys, I like Faith, ne? Don't get me wrong. But I was rooting for Dr. Romel. I thought he was gonna pull like a stance like, ah, Faith, how could you? I really loved you like a friend. How could you do this to me? And then cry and be dramatic. My guy, he failed me. He ran behind it like a chicken. I was like, Dr. Romel, go sit down. I was screaming. I was like, Which kind of gay is this one? Because gays are very dramatic. I was like, oh, don't follow her. Don't follow her. Sit down. Dr.
Nah,
Romel.
that following part, yeah, it was giving desperation. Oh my God. It was giving desperation. It was so embarrassing. I'm like, dude, you look like a little toddler following the mommy. Mommy, wait for me. Mommy, don't leave me. Go and sit down and
Exactly.
follow me.
That's what I'm saying. I would have called the waiter. I would have been like, bye, bitch. Goodbye to toxicity. Then toasted myself and been like, oh, drama free. This girl. And then I would have called Iyabo and Chioma and been on like a dramatic cry, like, this girl, she denied me in my presence. Can you imagine? Like, I would have pulled the stop. Ah, what
Yeah,
can you say
Carol,
you want to
that doesn't make you another cast member on the show because the drama you are spilling right now, it would be nice to watch. It would be really nice to watch.
Okay, even
No,
when he
for
was
real.
running after her, at least like take off your shoe, hit the bouncer, be like, you bitch, what other like do something, like don't just follow and be like, you are fake, you are fake. Guys, what is that?
You're fake. You're fake. You're fake.
I was
Hey,
embarrassed on his behalf.
no, no, but for real. I think I've said this before. I am thoroughly enjoying all the drama that these people are bringing to the show. I'm enjoying it. But what will make it really balanced is if Dr. Rommel, at the end of the season, comes with a valid reason as to why he suddenly turned against Faith
It
this
doesn't have
season.
a valid reason, guys. It's fine even if it doesn't have it. It's just that the drama he's giving is half. He should be extra, like he should be 100%. You see me, if I was Chioma with that Miriam yesterday when she was in my face, I would have took a champagne and just went whoosh in her face, and then been like, "I told you to take your hands off my like this." These girls, they're too careful, man. Sometimes go in the mud, like roll. You see why I miss Caroline? I Caroline did me dirty. She must come back.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, thank you so much, Carol. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, guys, if you want to join the conversation, just click the link in the comment section. If you are on YouTube, if you're on Twitter, send in a request to speak. All right. Another angle I would like for us to discuss about the show is interfering in people's friendships, right? So I think the whole drama with Faith as against the other women started with how they were judging her friendship with Laura. Personally, I find that quite offensive. I'm one of those people that whatever type of relationship I have with anybody, it's very private to me and it's very sacred to me. Even if you are aware of that friendship, it's none of your business. You have no right judging our friendship because you were not there when we started off as friends. Even if you were there, we have an understanding of how we relate with each other. And that's what Faith and Laura has been saying this entire season, you know. But the fact that Mariam decided to carry it on her head as her own burden, that, oh, you must prove that you are genuine with Laura for Iyabo. Oh, I have high expectations of you as to how you should handle your friendship with Laura. Guys, I found that statement quite ridiculous. And then for Chioma, oh, if everybody is concerned about your friendship with Laura, you should explain yourself. And I'm like, why do all these women feel like they are stakeholders in that relationship? Why do all these women feel like Faith, especially, owes each and every single one of them an explanation as to how she and Laura have chosen to, forge ahead with their relationship? It does not make sense to me. It is completely ridiculous. And whether it's a script or not, coming from grown ass women, guys, I find it quite offensive, very offensive. And if it was in real life, anybody brings that kind of energy to me, I would throw you into the trash can because it does not make sense at all. So I don't know what your thoughts are about that, guys. I would love to hear from all of you. If you want to speak about that, please click on the link in the comment section. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitter, kindly send in a request so that you can speak to us. But yeah, for me, that's it. That's it. And I feel like Faith has really exuded a lot of grace and calmness towards the whole situation, because a lot of people will not find that likely. A lot of people will not even find it funny at all. The fact that you are so invested in the friendship that these two people have, what do you take them for? Are they children? Are they your babies? Because yes, it's normally parents that will always, x-ray the kind of relationship that their kids have, especially their teenage kids. They will always say, oh, who is your friend? Show me your friend. What type of friend is this person? How did you people become friends? Parents will always do that type of thing, but for grown adults that are not even babies, one is married, the other one was married, has a kid. In fact, both of them are mothers. They are grown. They have created their own human beings, their own nations, and you're coming to come and tell them to come and explain. And the fact that Iyabo for once said, "Oh, what she would have expected from Faith when she told Faith to call Laura," and I'm like, Iyabo, who the hell are you to have such expectations of people about their friendship and about they how they have chosen, you know, to keep their relationship? It does not really make sense. Faith, you're trying to join. I think your devices are not connected, so try and join with just your audio, all right? Disconnect and then come back. Try to join with just your audio. Let's see if the connection will favor you this time around, all right? Let me read this comment from Tina. Tina said, Mariam is this season's, let me pull up that comment so that everybody can see it. Yeah, says, Mariam is this season's drama, and I love her drama so far. It's quite entertaining than Iyabo's. She's giving Basbos from different angles, though it's not favoring her. She's still giving us a show. Oh, yes, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, let's give it to Mariam. I mean, at least last season, as I said before, she wasn't really forthcoming with the drama. It felt like she was still looking for how to put her foot on the ground. She was still trying to find where she belonged. And then during the reunion, all of a sudden, it was like somebody let the dog out and boom, 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 boom. It's like she wanted to start barking at everybody like that. And People just felt like, nah, this one does not have content. Let her go, let her go. That was what a lot of the viewers were saying. And hey, she got another chance, a second chance to prove herself. And that's what she's been doing from episode one. So, in as much as sometimes the way she portrays herself is kind of weird in the sense that, a lot of people will say she's doing too much, but she's still giving people something to talk about. So I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not really mad at the entertainment. I am enjoying the entertainment because, hey, if there was no entertainment, we won't be talking about the show. So let me read this comment from Aramide. Aramide said, I don't think the Laura's friendship with Faith is the real issue. It's just an excuse to pick on Faith. They have their hidden agenda. I actually agree with that. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Melody said they didn't believe Laura will have such a bougie friend like Faith. See, you see this particular comment? I 100% agree. 100% agree. And yeah, from what you just said here, Aramide, or Melody rather, Melody. If you all recall, season one, when they were having their first introductions, Chioma had actually introduced Laura as just a client. Yeah. And that was a big issue between Laura and Chioma. Now, this season, Chioma says she's trying to build something with Laura. So I'm wondering why. Why does Chioma feel the need to want to be friends with Laura now? Especially now that Laura has a friend that's more elevated somehow in terms of bouginess than Chioma. Why? Guys, what do you think about that? Let me read this comment from Zane. Zane said, Has anyone asked themselves if they would want a Dr. Romeo character as their doctor? It's not giving confidentiality. It's not giving being noble. Doctors are respected people in the society. See, if I say what's on my mind, people will think I'm trying to spoil Dr. Romel's market. But I guess you already know what my response to that is already. I mean, hey, aside from even being a doctor, you can't even have a friend that has a running tap of a mouth. Like you cannot keep your mouth shut. Every small thing. Why? You go and carry loudspeaker, African Independent Television. You are doing public announcements. Everything that you are told, wow, you use it as ammunition. If you want to score cheap points, you go and use it as ammunition. You go open your mouth and spill, spill, spill. Nah, I've been saying this a lot of times on my channel. You cannot, nah, me, oh, I don't know about any other person. I can't keep people around me that lack decorum. You cannot keep your mouth shut. It's a problem. It's a problem. You do not understand the concept of loyalty. You do not understand how to keep your person's business to yourself. Come on. If someone allows you into their life, if someone gives you information about themselves, then you should understand that it means you need to carry that information with care. You don't just open your mouth and spill like that. So I don't know, whatever. People around you will know better. Carabo says they actually don't rate Laura and they are wondering how Faith can be Laura's friend. I mean, that's very obvious as well to see. What I know about people like Laura, they get looked down on a lot, but they will rise and be wealthy. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm still here. I'm waiting to see if there's anybody else that wants to say anything. But if there's nobody else that wants to say anything, I'm going to have to end this conversation. And yes, this is going to be the first time we're ending our live conversation quite early. That's because there really isn't a lot to talk about. Um, I did an almost 1 hour video of episode 7 yesterday. That video is available on my YouTube channel. So if you need the analysis of that episode, please go ahead and check my channel. Frankly speaking, with Gloria Elijah on YouTube. Check it out. Watch the video. What we just did right now is just to cover different areas that I did not get to touch up on during my analysis of the episode. All right. So I'm just gonna wait for like 2 more minutes. If there's anybody else that would like to contribute, you'd like to say anything, click the link in the comment section on YouTube to speak. If you are on Twitter, send in a request to speak. All right. Uh, Carabo, you're so funny. Carabo say, go be with that man making you late, Glory. We love to see. Carabo, oh my God. Thank you. Should I said I'm sorry. Anyways, guys, I guess this is it. So really, thank you all so much for joining today's conversation. I really appreciate your attendance. I'm grateful that all of you chose to make our time to join today's conversation. Yeah, what else? Yes, to those of you that are the silent listeners, thank you all so much for joining and listening and watching. I appreciate you all as well. We're gonna meet again next week, Saturday, as usual, 3 p.m. WAT. All right. So do not miss out. Make sure you join. There are videos on my channel to watch if you would love to watch. And if you would love to be a part of my community and you are yet to subscribe, please do not hesitate to subscribe and also turn on your post notification bell to always receive a lot of my videos whenever I upload a new one. On my channel, I review and analyze reality TV shows, sometimes movies, sometimes trending topics. I also have another channel where I do more of lifestyle and travel content. And sometimes I talk about one or two things as well. Anything I like to talk about. That channel is called Simply Glory Elijah. So if you would love to be a part of my community, you are absolutely welcome. All right. Now, all of that said, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have an amazing, amazing evening. And I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Have an amazing evening. Bye. Okay.